Ladies and gentlemen, today as a special service feature, our roving camera takes you to a typical American college, the field where the battle for higher knowledge and perhaps national survival is being fought.
This is Occidental College.
They make movies here.
And I go to school here.
Sometimes I think that gives me the right to criticize the way movies depict my school, especially since, as of January 2021, Occidental College classes are remote, while filming is permitted under the protocols set forth by the LA County Department of Public Health. So with students away, and such wide availability for filming on campus, I definitely have a right to criticize the way movies depict my school. Because they've not quite gotten it right. And it's really the least they could do with over 100 years of filming which have taken place here.
We have some celebrities that we claim as our own.
Favorite class in college? I had a wonderful political science class at Occidental College.
Who we borderline worship nowadays. But I don't remember that including Charlie Chaplin. Or Judy Garland. The Wayans brothers.
Don't forget about us, baby.
Jack Black.
Let's go fast escape. Fast escapes are my expertise. Come on. Be careful.
And Jack Black again, this time with Kate Winslet. In fact, the school itself is a celebrity to some degree.
An Occidental. Reporting live at Occidental College.
What concern on the campus of Occidental College?
Occidental College in California.
Occidental College students.
Aside from the unsolicited media appearances, we have a legitimate talent agency, Unreal Locations, and perhaps the name is less oxymoron than it appears. Because more often than not, we play somewhere that we are not.
Pacific Tech is a real place. Same with Claremont McKenna, though considered a SCIAC rival, and Beverly Hills High School should be just down the street. UC Irvine and their extension campus in Spain, University of Ohio. Even, of course, being a stand-in for any old college.
But putting fake teachers in front of fake students in a real classroom which remains unnamed feels off. Once in a while, we put on another climate completely, but our campus is always green. We have only a few through streets, so students are used to traversing the quad by foot, which is nice because it lets those green spaces thrive, which really seems to piss directors off, so they improvise. Alterations like these can be almost offensive. The architecture and design which we pour money, time, and resources into just doesn't make the director's cut.
Most of the other times, it's so that Hollywood can make us cooler. I mean, what campus has a spaceship? Well, not us. We don't even have that fountain anymore.
Perhaps they're not interested in what makes the space complete, but rather what makes it incomplete in a way unlike anywhere else.
The images of things that aren't there anymore mean nothing to anyone else. How could they? No one else knows what it looked like before.
Beautiful campus here.
Of course, I know movies aren't about places, they're about stories. If we notice the location, we are not really watching the movie. I think it's time we started telling our own story, instead of Hollywood doing it for us. Because sometimes they can miss the big stuff that makes us so unique.
The virtual campus tour might actually come in handy, considering our campus is closed. But it doesn't fill the quiet.
No boisterous choir of O-Team leaders were welcoming students back this fall, and for all we know, this virtual screening might be the placeholder for a long-awaited, much-anticipated celebration. Some of us never got that final cheer, or that final huddle, or that final game. Performances done from afar are not applauded as they should be when applauded through a screen.
Most of us haven't even stepped into those buildings we once called home for over a year. Anyone who is close enough to stroll through campus safely is now welcomed with a warning.
Instead of the lively student body that usually flows through campus, we've vanished.
And instead of being together, we are far.
It says something about the people here that it feels different when they leave. And that is something Hollywood can't ever capture.
We may be considered anywhere USA to the production teams, directors, and crews, but will always, ever only truly be us.
Who are you? What are you doing here? Do you understand me? Are you even real?
You can see me?
Should I not be able to see you?
Fuck, I'm so fucked.
What's going on?
You're, dreaming.
Seriously? That's what you're going with?
Whoa, please don't hit me. I can explain, I'm sorry.
Sorry, I wasn't gonna hit you unless you hit me first.
No, you don't have to apologize. Anyone would be scared if an astronaut suddenly teleported into their home?
There's another room.
Fuck, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to insult you. I've read all about how capitalism has devastated your planet.
Yeah. So, you're an alien then?
Well, to me, you're the alien.
Yeah, I guess that makes sense. You said you're an astronaut?
Yeah, sort of.
Sort of?
Well, I'm an astronaut in training, and my friend's parents invent portal technology, so my friends and I were testing it without the parents' knowledge.
And what happened?
Well, it looks like the portal closed.
And you can't open it from here?
No, everything's controlled on the other side, so outsiders can't steal the tech. It's usually not an issue since regulated portals have backups. But this one wasn't regulated.
So you're stuck?
No, it should still be okay. As long as the others report this, then it should be resolved in a few hours.
Okay. I'm gonna forgive you for lying because this is the coolest thing that's ever happened to me, and I have a million questions. Do you wanna go grab a drink or a snack or something?
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thanks.
Okay, the kitchen's out here. I'm sorry this is all I had.
Don't apologize. This is delicious. So I'm sure you have a lot of questions.
Yeah, I don't even know where to start. Do you have a name? I'm Aaron.
Yeah, my name is...
I'm not sure I can pronounce that.
Sorry, there isn't a direct translation to English, so my translation device doesn't help.
That makes as much sense as everything else going on. You could pick your own name if you wanted. That's what I did.
Really?
Yeah. It doesn't have to be super deep or anything. Just something you like.
So far, this is my favorite Earth thing.
Eggs?
Yes. Can that be a name?
Yeah. It's not super conventional, but I could call you Egg.
Cool.
Why are you surprised I could see you?
A long time ago, my people performed a spell that only allows us to be seen by those whose destinies are entwined with ours. To everyone else, we're invisible. The magic keeps us safe from outsiders, and it makes it so astronauts can travel to other planets and observe unseen. Outsiders seeing us doesn't really happen. I only know of 4 cases. Ever.
Oh, so this is like major.
Yeah, there's no way to know why, but we've been forced together by fate.
Can you show me the magic?
Not exactly.
What do you mean? You can't just say something like that and then not show me your magic.
Well, technically everything is magic. It's just a matter of connecting to it, which I'm still trying to figure out. I swear I'm not making this up. Wait, do you have a camera?
Does the one on my phone work?
Yes, try and take a picture of me.
Okay. Yeah, I can't think of another explanation unless I've been drugged or have a brain tumor or something. But there's nothing I can do about either of those right now, so I'm just gonna roll with it.
These fish are beautiful.
We should go outside and look at some real Earth animals. Most of them are cooler than humans.
Yeah, but I can't risk being out when the portal opens up again. I might only have one chance to go home.
Are you sure that'll open again?
Yeah, my friends are assholes, but I don't think they would abandon me here forever. At the least, they're not very good liars, so someone would figure it out eventually.
I'm sorry.
Why?
'Cause your friends suck. You can't just abandon someone on a foreign planet because you don't want to get in trouble.
Yeah, but I'll also be so fucked when I get back. It would probably be best for all of us if they miraculously fix the portal and bring me back before anyone figures it out.
Do you think they might?
No, they're not smart enough. I was hoping they'd panic and tell someone immediately.
Hey. Are you okay?
Yeah, I just realized this is my first night under a different sky. I was hoping I'd be able to see your stars, but the pollution's too bad.
Yeah, we'd have to drive a couple hours to be able to really see the stars.
I hope I get to see them one day. Maybe I can come back, officially, after I graduate.
I'd like that. Whoa, nice!
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just doing my shot. Do you want to watch?
Okay. Does it hurt?
Not really. See? Easy. Hey, remember last week when I told you about Halloween?
Yeah. Is that today?
Yes, and I decided that we're gonna have a party and I got us costumes.
What?
Don't question it, it's gonna be fun, come on. Come on, I wanna see! Oh my god, you look so awesome. I wish I could take a picture.
I only look good because of this costume. Where did you even find one with 4 armholes?
My grandma knows how to sew. Come on, let's grab food and start the movie. Are you bored?
Yeah, kinda.
Is there anything you want to do?
I don't know. What did you do for fun when you were a kid?
Do you want to build a fort? My brother taught me how to do this when we were kids, and we used to put our paintings up on the walls and pretend we were in outer space or on a pirate ship or wherever.
Yeah?
Yeah, and when we went inside, we used to become part of the world we created.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, it was. Your sky is so beautiful. I can see why you missed it so much.
Yeah. I used to sneak out at night and come lay on this very hill, staring up the sky for hours. I guess I always knew there was something waiting for me out among the stars.
Can I kiss you? No!
Aaron, they're pulling me through. I'll be back. I love you.
I love you too!
Grab my hands.
Hi, my name is Linh, and my presentation is going to be on LGBTQ plus representation in Vietnamese cinema, making progress by addressing tradition. Over the past few years, there has been an increase in LGBTQ plus representation in Vietnamese cinema media. Here are just a few examples of artists who are very popular. Vũ Cát Tường, she's an androgynous female artist. Hương Giang, a transgender woman who appeared on a variety of game shows and talk shows, and Domalaon, who, aside from being a singer, also has his own YouTube channel for makeup and beauty. Having lived in Vietnam my whole life, I can tell you that the increase of LGBTQ plus representation has been a slow and gradual process. Many people have linked this to the Đôi mới policy, which integrated Vietnam into the process of globalization. However, homosexuality is still considered a foreign concept to many Vietnamese people because it clashes with our traditional values, particularly ones about family structure, as the values regarding family and gender norms are what most people consider to be the main reason for lingering homophobic attitudes in Vietnam. This has a lot to do with Confucianism, which was integrated during Vietnam's more than 1,000 years of colonization by China. Confucianism prioritizes a strict heterosexual family structure that emphasizes filial piety. Family members have to obey the father as the head of the household, and it's extremely important to continue the family lineage. Therefore, being gay means going against the family, disrupting the family lineage, and basically bringing shame upon the family. Thus, it encourages homophobia as well as internalized homophobia. Since these values are so deeply integrated into Vietnamese culture, it takes time and multiple outside factors such as globalization for Vietnamese people to finally have a change in attitude towards homosexuality. Following the Đôi mới policy, LGBTQ plus representations mimic those from the West, but more recently, there has been a shift to a more hybridized gay identity in films depicting the clash between the traditional Confucian values and the recently globalized culture within Vietnam. This gay identity is hybridized in the sense that it's adopted from the Anglo-American model of gay identity, but it incorporates traditional values regarding family to fit the Asian culture. They're not just breaking away from stereotypical portrayals of LGBTQ plus characters in the past, but they're also trying to work through LGBTQ plus identities and issues within the specific context of Vietnamese culture. In my project, I demonstrate that new filmmakers in Vietnam are combining Western influence and Vietnamese traditional values in queer films. I argue that these hybrid films help to rethink the Vietnamese traditional family structure, how this structure might process LGBTQ plus issues, and how it could possibly be expanded to incorporate LGBTQ plus members. I do this by analyzing 4 films, from left to right: Lost in Paradise, Let Hoi Decide, Sister Sister, and Goodbye Mother. And for the purpose of this presentation, I will touch briefly on the Đôi mới policy, its effects on Vietnamese cultural values, and its influence on Vietnamese cinema. The Đôi mới policy, or the open door policy, is an economic reform implemented by the Vietnamese government in 1986. It opened the door for foreign businesses to enter Vietnam, leading to an ongoing process of globalization and resulting in multiple significant economic, social, and political impacts. Before the Đôi mới policy, parents decided everything for their children, and it is essential for a family to prioritize the family's honor. After the Đôi mới policy, younger Vietnamese people started integrating more individualistic points of views that allow people to focus more on their individuality and happiness, allowing people to be more critical of the patriarchal system and gender norms. However, aside from all of these positive things, the idea of white superiority also infiltrated Vietnam. Many Vietnamese people began to internalize Orientalist ideas which deemed the East as backward and retrograde when compared to the more modern and civilized West. Vietnamese people started criticizing their own culture while praising and looking up to Western countries such as the US. This is evident in the way Vietnamese films adopted Western elements, including stereotypical tropes about the LGBTQ+ community. But before diving into those tropes, it's important to look back at the Vietnamese cinema before and after the Doi Moi policy. In the beginning, Vietnamese films were heavily censored by the government. Early Vietnamese films were very simplistic, and they usually revolved around the themes of wars, nations, families, and relations. After the Doi Moi policy, there was an increase in the number of foreign films, and films are not as heavily censored by the government anymore. Vietnamese cinema started facing competition from other countries, and so the previous simple subjects and themes had to transform to fit the new ideals that came along with the policy. Therefore, it opened up opportunities for Vietnam to start featuring more controversial topics like homosexuality. Early movies that feature gay characters adopted many stereotypical Hollywood tropes about gay characters without much consideration or adjustment. This can be seen in movies like Lost in Paradise and Let Hoi Decide. Lost in Paradise is a movie about gay prostitutes, and so it really drills into the idea of a messy gay lifestyle, reinforcing the false idea that the central purpose of gay and lesbian lives is their sexual desire. Let Hoi Decide falls for the trope of the sissy, which is the stereotypical flamboyant and effeminate character who is often used as comedic relief. Aside from increasing LGBTQ+ visibility, these representations don't speak much to the LGBTQ+ experience in the context of Vietnamese culture. Unlike those films, newer hybrid films are able to provide more nuanced and accurate representations. For example, Sister Sister, instead of falling for the murderous lesbian trope, it contextualizes the trope within a heterosexual family to further criticize the patriarchy within Vietnamese society. However, it doesn't show how the family worked through those issues, unlike Goodbye Mother. Goodbye Mother explores the coming out plot, which is something that Hollywood movies love to use. However, Goodbye Mother explores it in a very Vietnamese context, as the two main characters have to come out to a family that resides in the rural area of Vietnam, which tends to have a more conservative view on homosexuality. It tells the story of Van as he returns to Vietnam after having lived in America for 9 years with his Vietnamese-American boyfriend Ian, who masquerades as Van's best friend and roommate. This allows the movie to examine the West-East conflicting views regarding homosexuality. Throughout the movie, we constantly see how Van struggles to come out to his family because he is the firstborn grandson of the firstborn son. In Vietnam, this position is extremely important in the family because it means that Van would have to be the head of the family, and he is responsible for continuing the family lineage. This is constantly reiterated to him because his mother and her friends keep reminding him that he has to get married and have children. All of these pressures echo the Confucianist, rigid heterosexual family structure that Vietnamese people are used to, and as a result, we see Van struggling to reconnect with his family because he doesn't get to be himself. Van can only turn to Ian, who truly knows who he is. While Van's family represents the more traditional values, Ian stands for the Western influence. They met in the States where they can be together without their family's judgment. At the end of the movie, Van and Ian return to the US for good so that they can be together without any obstacles. This mindset somewhat mirrors the Orientalist thinking that the West is more progressive than the East. However, by the end of the movie, both Van's grandmother and mother, the two most important family members to Van, accept Van for who he is. This acceptance is not influenced by the progressive West mindset, but rather is because they see how cruel, close-minded people can be to gay people like Van, how that rigid family structure doesn't benefit Van or themselves in any way, and as his grandmother and mother, they don't want to see that happen. The blood relationship, which is so intrinsic to Vietnamese traditions and cultural values, makes them realize that nothing is more important than Van's happiness, and that they can still be a family without forcing Van to conform to something that's not himself. Unlike the stereotypical Hollywood coming out trope, Van and Ian's story is not limited to just the coming out experience, but rather the trope is recontextualized to include both the Western influence and the Vietnamese traditional elements, and depict a possible process in which a Vietnamese traditional family structure can make room for LGBTQ plus members. This hybrid approach is able to address the more conservative family structure while also attempting to work through it. It poses a possible model that grapples with how that structure comes into conflict with LGBTQ plus identities, and how families in Vietnamese society as a whole can work through LGBTQ plus issues. Therefore, instead of just portraying LGBTQ plus characters, it offers a more accurate representation of the community in Vietnam, what they face, and how they should be treated. Overall, it is not perfect, as Vietnam still has a long way to go in terms of LGBTQ plus acceptance, but it's what Vietnam calls for at this time, and it's a good start to have a space where Vietnamese people can start seeing how changes could be made. I want to say thank you to Professor DeFran, the Math department, and everyone in my class. Thank you so much.
Got my foot on the gas and I'm going way too fast. Wonder if I swerve, will I end up on Mars or with one too many scars, more than I already have? Try to keep it all in, but where do all my worries live? 'Cause they go to my kidneys or my brain. Try to write it all down. I don't think I wanna be human anymore, but I know that life's too short. Is it a selfish thing to wonder? I don't know. But no, my mind,
Julian?
I don't think I wanna be human, human. No, 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 no.
Adam?
Human, no more. I can't replay yesterday. Keep on crying at the
Eric?
words I say. I don't feel too special, no. I'm just like everybody else.
Hello?
Hi, Matthew. This is Dr. Elrod. I'm calling with your STD results.
Yes, results?
So, you did test positive for chlamydia, so we will prescribe you with some antibiotics, and it should be gone in a week or two.
And what about my blood results?
Oh, yes. You are negative for HIV, so no worry there. We do recommend that you come back in a month to retest. And remember, always practice safe sex.
Yeah. Yes, thank you.
Have a good day.
Yeah, you too.
One too many days now, I don't wanna be afraid, 'cause I spend too much time on you, babe. I'm feeling restless now.
Caitlin, go get the plates, fork, and spoon, please. I got it, Mom. You want the sauce? Okay. Do you have water? Water, fine. Are you fine? Okay. Let's go. Let's eat. I'm hungry. Okay. Let's pray. The Father, Son, the Holy Spirit. Amen. Bless us, O Lord, and these thy gifts which are about to receive from thy bounty through Christ our Lord. Amen. Do I want this or that or this? This is big. Caitlin did that.
I didn't do that one.
Who did that?
I did this one.
I'm gonna try it with this. Or did my reach? It's good when it's newly wrapped. Mm-hmm.
Can't you see
Because you usually say you'll be back around this time and then you're not home yet. But he's not gonna eat here. Juliet will be here. Wow. Eat your food. And tomorrow is Romeo's day. Oh, Juliet's day. There's water. Also, you do not know Alex's girlfriend, the second one. No. I just saw her on the camera and that's it. Yeah. She was here Alex's birthday. He said, I don't know if the girlfriend of his is from here. How does she look like? Let me see. Oh, round and round and round. Wow. How does she look like? Round and round and round. Caitlin, eat your food. You know, the priest was saying last Sunday in the homily that most part of the Philippines, because of the pandemic, there's a lot of people who are depressed and some even commit suicide. Some, they go for therapy. In the Philippines, how can you go for therapy when you cannot afford? I don't believe, that therapy would work. Why? Because I remember when your grandma passed away, they sent me to this clinic. I was outside. I was at the waiting room. And the doctor has a patient. And the patient was screaming, let's again. No, no. I said, no. Hey, she was screaming. I got scared. I went out. I went home. I didn't. I went home. I said, the receptionist said, Really?
Stop this.
Name something at a wedding.
No, it's only 30.
Hey, Brian.